The Houthis are increasingly viewed as a formidable threat, having launched multiple missile strikes against Israel. Their operations are bolstered by Iranian support, which complicates the already intricate regional security landscape. In response, Israel and the United States actively target Houthi military assets in Yemen, aiming to reduce their capacity for future attacks. This strategic initiative seeks to disrupt the operational effectiveness of the militia. The Houthi attacks extend beyond regional threats. They have implications for global trade, jeopardizing vital shipping routes and security. The international community is urged to recognize these actions as acts of terrorism that undermine global stability. As Iran's last active proxy, the Houthis represent a severe threat not only to Israel but also to broader regional stability. The timing of their attacks coincides with the ongoing conflict in Gaza, raising alarm about the escalating situation. U.S. policy in the Middle East has drawn criticism, particularly regarding its handling of the Houthis and their repercussions on regional security. Sources from the Gulf express frustration over what is perceived as a lack of decisive American leadership. Internally, Iran faces pressures stemming from economic mismanagement and energy shortages, which could incite popular unrest. Such domestic challenges may further complicate Iran's foreign policy and its engagements with proxy groups. The recent death of Hana Kia, a former hostage, underscores the profound emotional trauma experienced by victims of Hamas attacks. Her tragic story exemplifies the human cost of ongoing conflict. Current negotiations for hostages have encountered obstacles, with Hamas leader Mohammed Sinir reportedly disregarding discussions. This impasse raises significant concerns regarding the fate of the remaining hostages in Gaza. In Israel, the protest by the wives of soldiers against exemptions for the ultra-Orthodox community highlights growing societal tensions regarding military service. Their demand for equitable responsibility emphasizes the strain of ongoing military commitments. Meanwhile, women in Syria are mobilizing for their rights under the new Islamist government, asserting their rightful place in public life. This movement signifies a critical push for gender equality in a challenging environment. Amidst these shifts, Christians in Syria express deep skepticism about their safety under the new administration, especially following unrest triggered by a Christmas tree burning incident. The potential marginalization of religious minorities raises pressing concerns. The United States continues to target ISIS in Syria to curtail the group's resurgence, emphasizing the persistent worries surrounding security and the management of prisons housing ISIS detainees. This further complicates the geopolitical landscape. Recent incidents in Syria, including the Christmas tree burning, illustrate the complex tapestry of religious and ethnic tensions in the region. Notably, HTS's commitment to providing security around churches reflects ongoing struggles for tranquility. Foreign influences, especially from Turkey and Qatar, may supplant the roles previously held by Iran and Russia in Syria. Such a transition raises concerns regarding future governance and the autonomy of the Syrian populace. The ongoing dialogue concerning the establishment of a new Syrian army is pivotal. The group's ideology, along with the integration of remnants from the former regime, presents significant challenges against the backdrop of national unity. For over a decade, Egypt has sought international support from the US and EU to put a halt to Ethiopia's dam project, yet results remain elusive. Diplomatic endeavors have largely failed to deliver desired outcomes. Ethiopia perceives the dam as vital for its economic advancement, necessitating water for power generation and other activities. This viewpoint complicates negotiations and exacerbates regional tensions. The African Union's mediation efforts concerning this conflict have not led to any fruitful resolutions, underscoring the challenges of regional cooperation in addressing water resource disputes. The abduction of Hana Katzir on October 7, where she was held captive for 7 weeks by Hamas, starkly illustrates the brutal reality of hostage situations. Her husband and son also fell victim to recent terror attacks. In response to ongoing threats, Israel's prime minister has announced a renewed focus on targeting Hamas leadership. This strategy reflects the government's commitment to confronting terrorist threats and safeguarding its citizens. A recent Dutch court conviction of 5 individuals for violence against Israeli soccer fans highlights escalating tensions in Europe linked to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This incident contributes to the broader discourse on public safety and international relations. The psychological ramifications surrounding the hostage crisis reveal the complexities of ongoing conflicts and the emotional toll on affected families. Transparency and trust are crucial to rebuilding relationships within these communities. Israel's military responses to threats from Iranian-backed groups, notably the Houthis, raise critical questions about regional stability. Strategic military and diplomatic actions are essential to effectively address these pressing challenges. International recognition of the Houthis as a terrorist organization may alter the dynamics of conflict in the region. This shift underscores the importance of a coordinated response among regional allies and the United States. Within Yemen, there is a palpable surge in opposition against the Houthis, which could significantly influence the regional balance of power. This unrest might open avenues for external interventions. The policy stance of U.S. President-elect Trump could herald a transformation in America's approach to existing conflicts in the Middle East. His intentions suggest a focus on de-escalation rather than deepening military engagements. Israel's military strategy appears to be evolving, prioritizing the reduction of Iranian influence while bolstering internal opposition against the regime. This long-term campaign has the potential to reshape security dynamics in the Middle East. The incident involving masked attackers targeting Israeli fans raises serious concerns about safety during international sporting events. Numerous fans reported feeling abandoned by local security forces amidst the chaos. The prosecutor's remarks downplayed the anti-Semitic aspects of the attack, instead attributing it to the situation in Gaza. This response has drawn criticism for neglecting to address the root issues of anti-Semitism. This case exemplifies a broader trend of mainstreaming anti-Semitism in society, particularly in Europe. Experts caution that this normalization poses a significant threat to Jewish communities around the globe. Comments from a UN official reflect a disturbing trend of anti-Semitism, which carries substantial risks for diplomatic relations and global cooperation. Such statements can intensify tensions in an already precarious region. Serious allegations against the Syrian regime have emerged, with medical professionals confessing to coercion into providing false testimonies regarding a chemical attack. This raises profound concerns about the integrity of international investigations. In post-Assad Syria, the rights of women and minorities face significant threats as protests against Islamist governance unfold. These developments signal a crucial struggle for equality and civil rights amidst the ongoing political upheaval. The absence of traditional Christmas decorations and lights in Nazareth illustrates the economic and emotional impact of prolonged conflict on the community. This situation has adversely affected local businesses and tourism. Residents express a fervent desire for peace and joy to return, holding on to hope that the upcoming new year may usher in happiness once again. The longing for a return to normalcy resonates deeply within the community. Despite the grim circumstances in Nazareth, regions like Ka exhibit festive celebrations, showcasing a striking contrast in holiday experiences across the area. This disparity highlights the varied repercussions of the ongoing conflict. The rise in anti-Semitic incidents in Canada draws attention to the persistent threat faced by Jewish institutions, with multiple reports emerging in recent months. This alarming trend necessitates heightened community vigilance and support. President Biden's commutation of sentences for mass murderers raises significant ethical concerns regarding justice and the handling of hate crimes. This decision highlights the complexities involved in addressing violence motivated by hate. A recent study indicates that Jewish characters in Hollywood often perpetuate stereotypes, undermining efforts for greater diversity within the entertainment industry. This underscores the critical need for more accurate representation and understanding of Jewish identities. The creation of Writers' Labs aims to educate Jewish creatives about their history and traditions, fostering a robust sense of identity and pride. This initiative seeks to enhance storytelling and representation within the industry. Tracy and Oberman emphasizes her determination to combat anti-Semitism through her theatrical work, highlighting the importance of addressing historical prejudices. Her performances aim to raise awareness and provoke thoughtful discussions. This conversation draws connections between current anti-Semitic sentiments and historical precedents, urging caution when critiquing Israel to prevent the perpetuation of harmful stereotypes. Understanding this historical context is vital for grasping contemporary issues. Evelyn's decision to share her experience stems from a surge in anti-Semitic attacks across Western Europe, underscoring the urgent need for awareness and education. Evelyn actively participates in school visits and public events to relay her story, aiming to impart lasting lessons to future generations about the atrocities of the past. She focuses on the Netherlands' tragic role during the Holocaust, revealing that 75% of the Jewish population there perished in the camps. This important narrative seeks to ensure that such horrors are not forgotten.